If you think rising obesity is only a problem with humans, think again. It might be surprising to learn animals in the wild can be obese too, especially since they obviously get their regular workouts in when they're chasing their food. Welcome back to the Forever Green channel, where today we're going to take a look at some of the fattest animals on the planet. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us and hit that bell icon to be notified anytime we upload a new video. Alright, let's get into it. Number 11. The fattest cat. Meet the liger, Hercules. Already unique because he is a cross between a lion and a tiger. Hercules becomes even more special when you learn he is 131 inches long and weighs a whopping 922 pounds. Hercules lives at Myrtle Beach Safari, which is a wildlife reserve in South Carolina. And he maintains his weight by eating 30 pounds of meat a day. Now, to be fair, ligers are generally larger than both their counterparts, but Hercules here has even made it to the Guinness World Book of Records in 2014 for his weight. Number 10. The Fattest Squirrel. The world's fattest squirrel lives in the Morro Rock State Preserve in California, and she is twice the size of what she's supposed to be. This squirrel is a western gray, which is an arboreal rodent that is native to the western coast of the United States and Mexico. And though they are the largest native tree squirrel in the coastal United States, this squirrel is extra large. She probably ate one too many nuts, or it's because of all the tourists that come in and feed her junk food. Sadly, this is the case for many obese animals around the world. Processed foods poor in nutrition fed to them by tourists and negligent owners. Number 9. The Fattest Giraffe. Giraffes are included in the list of tallest animals in the world, and if you've ever seen one, you'll find they're lean, muscular animals. But as you know by now, there are exceptions. In this case, it's Shaki from Tanzania. Giraffes are the tallest land mammals on the planet, but this giraffe is the fattest of the tallest. The average mass of an adult male giraffe is 2,600 pounds, while the average mass for a female is 2,000 pounds. They're about 14 feet to 17 feet tall, and the tallest male recorded stood at almost 20 feet. And Shaki beats all these records by being the tallest and the fattest. She is 22 feet tall and weighs a whopping 5,100 pounds. Just to put that in perspective, the average adult elephant weighs 4.6 tons, twice as much as Shaki. Despite her record-breaking weight and height, Shaki is actually really fast. The average giraffe runs at 35 miles per hour. But Shaki here has been recorded at 52 miles per hour. How incredible is that? Unfortunately, there are some poachers out there who want this incredible specimen as a trophy, and some zoos are trying to cut deals with Tanzania to bring the animal to them. For some time, it seems like Kalmarden Zoo in Sweden might get it. There aren't any more updates on the matter, but for now, wildlife protectors are doing whatever they can to keep Shaki safe. Number 8. The Fattest Raccoon. Bandit, as he is called, actually suffered from a thyroid problem. When he was found in the wilderness as a baby, he was already unusually overweight. From there, the baby raccoon was adopted by a dog and raised as a puppy before a woman in Palmerton, Pennsylvania took in the enormous raccoon. Bandit died in 2004 and weighed 75 pounds at the time. He was also given the title of the fattest squirrel in the world by the Guinness Book of World Records. Number 7. The Fattest Dog. Now, just for context, a dachshund should be no more than 32 pounds at most. Well, Obi here comes in at 77 pounds on the scale, which is more than double. When his owners took him to a vet for blood work, they were shocked to see his results said he was perfectly fine. A blessing, of course, considering how much the excess weight could have damaged his body. Still, he could barely move with all that weight on him. The good news is, he was eventually able to drop 50 pounds, and is not just a ball of energy. His new caregivers put him on a routine of diet and exercise, and his transformation has apparently helped many of his fans go on a weight loss journey too. Obi lost so much weight that he even had to undergo a doggy tummy tuck because he had so much extra skin dragging along the ground. But It seems he's recovering just fine, and it's nice to see a small success story on here. Number 6. The Fattest Tiger. Or should we say tigers? This tubby twosome are a pair of Siberian tigers found in China's Harbin province. Of course, overweight tigers are a huge cause for concern, but the park officials say it's perfectly normal for the tigers to pack on some extra weight for the winter. Tigers that live in a colder climate need the extra fat to help them stay warm. But the fact is, these tigers are much fatter than those out in the wild. So some animal activists don't buy the story and accuse the park workers of overfeeding the twins and not allowing them enough exercise just for the media attention. There have been several calls to put them on a strict diet and exercise routine to get them back to their normal weights. The Siberian Tiger Park is a massive 1,000,000 square meter park, built to breed and protect this endangered species. And there are about 800 of them currently in the park. And if you think that's crazy, be sure to stick around for number 1. Number 5. The Fattest Rat. This might seem like it's right out of a Tom and Jerry episode, but this wild rat is so fat, it got stuck in a sewer cover. It had apparently put on some winter flab and was stuck at the hips, and there was no moving forwards or backwards. It was found lodged in a manhole cover in a town in Germany, and clearly the rat had underestimated its own size. Rats generally rely on their whiskers to tell them which holes they can fit through. But apparently, obese rats can't rely on their whiskers. Firefighters came upon the scene and helped the fat rat out of the grate and released back into the sewer, where the rat will no doubt continue scouring for food. Number 4. The Fattest Orangutan. This Bornean orangutan weighs in at close to 165 pounds. Oshin, as she is named, was kept as a pet for 12 years and fed things she is not designed for, sweets and processed foods. She was transferred to the Monkey World Ape Rescue Center in the UK from South Africa, where she was put on a diet of fresh fruit and vegetables. Obesity, even in animals, can cause high blood pressure, heart attacks, and diabetes. And now, since she's eating the foods she has been designed to, she's losing weight pretty fast. She also gets regular exercise in by climbing trees and playing with the younger orangutans in the facility. She's even adopted an orphaned baby orangutan called Sylvester. Aww. The workers still want her to lose some more weight, 44 pounds to be exact, for her to come down to normal. We're sure if she keeps to the diet, she'll be just fine. Number 3. The Fattest Lion. It's hard to imagine that the king of the jungle could be overweight. It is pretty uncommon, because they need to hunt for their food to survive. Which means plenty of exercise that keeps them lean and fit. There's also the fact that their food sources aren't always abundant. You'll often find lions live in places where it's hard to find food. Which is why pictures of a fat lion that's not in a zoo is so surprising. This particular lion was found by 2 tourists in Kruger National Park in South Africa. Him and his brother were eating a rhino carcass nearby. And it's clear to see this one had the lion's share. After the meal, it seems he had trouble walking and even breathing. He has a huge belly that hangs loosely from his frame, kind of looking like a beer gut. Some scientists suggest these lions are simply lazier than other lions, and that they are possibly more aggressive when it comes to feeding, which allows them a larger portion than the rest of the pride. It is now time for today's subscriber pick. If you find something interesting or weird while scrolling the internet, be sure to send it over to us and we'll investigate. We might even talk about it in a future video. Alright, let's take a look. Seems like a grossly overweight horse. You definitely won't get anywhere riding on this guy. It's odd to see an overweight horse too, because it seems like they would get plenty of exercise. While it's not impossible for a horse to be obese, this particular image is in fact photoshopped. Sorry buddy, but we do have a real story about the fattest horse for you. Check out number 2, the Fattest Horse. Alright, granted this was a long time ago, but it is still the heaviest recorded horse so far. Samson was a Shire horse born in 1846 in Bedfordshire, England. He stood at 7 feet, which is about 2.13 meters, and by the time he was 4 years old, he was given the name Mammoth because he weighed in at 3,360 pounds. Not much else is known about him or if he died due to obesity or natural causes. Alright, it is now time for our number 1 fattest animal in the world. Before we take a look at that, we have a small challenge for you. In the next 5 seconds, like this video and comment below how much you think the heaviest animal weighs up to. The aim is to balance the number of likes against the number of comments. Can you do it? Okay, let's check out number 1. The Fattest Dog, Part 2. We had to include another dog on the list, because this one will shock you. Hooch here is a Rottweiler. Most people find this breed scary, but the only scary thing about Hooch is how his owners let him become a whopping, wait for it, 294 pounds. According to his owner, Leslie McCormick, at one time he would eat 5 tins of dog food a day. She has since put him on a strict diet and exercise regimen, and gotten Hooch to reduce his intake to 1 tin a day, losing a third of his size, which was nearly 100 pounds by the time he turned 11. He was still big enough to take part in the Pet Fit Club. When you're a dog and you drop that many pounds from your body but still qualify for a program that is specifically for obese animals, you know there's a problem. Hooch has a long way to go, but his journey to fitness is progressing well. Well, that's it for today's video on the 11 fattest animals in the world. Which one surprised you the most? If you enjoyed this video, you're sure to like the others we have on our channel. Be sure to browse through our channel and we'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.